By the eye of Agamotto, I summon myself to this plane of existence!
Hey, that actually worked! So unless you've been living under a rock for the past few years, we all know about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, specifically the fact that we're going into Phase 3 at this point. Hard to believe that just a few years ago we were considering the idea of Avengers movie just a pipe dream. But there's one character that I feel like is being critically underserved with regards to how important he could potentially be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's Doctor Strange, my personal favorite Marvel superhero. So, with that in mind, I've gathered a couple of theories as to what could happen or what I want to happen within the Doctor Strange movie. And keep in mind, these are all just pure speculation. Nothing's concrete or really confirmed yet. These are just things that say, hey, I would at least like to see this in the Doctor Strange movie. So, without further ado, here is my top 5 list of things I'd like to see in the Doctor Strange movie. Number 5 is Doctor Strange takes a more centerpiece role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I'm not saying that Doctor Strange has to replace Iron Man or Captain America. I'm sure they've still got a little bit of appearances left, and I'm sure they're going to show up in Infinity War. But I would at least like to see Doctor Strange coming in and taking a more central role and being of more significance to the Marvel Universe than we've really seen him in the past. He's just kind of been on the side, but that's just me. Number 4 is Dormammu is actually the villain of the Doctor Strange movie instead of Baron Mordo. Now, this is mostly stemming from a rumor that Chiwetel Ejiofor, as far as I'm aware of, is rumored but not confirmed to be playing Baron Mordo in the movie. And I have nothing against him as an actor. I'm sure in the role he would do just fine. But at the same time, this is stemming from one of the biggest complaints that I have about the Marvel Universe. Let's face it, the Marvel Universe is not that great so far when it has come to villains. I mean, the 3 enjoyable ones that people could say, probably without admitting any shame, is Loki, Ultron, and Kingpin from Daredevil. I mean, let's face it, Loki's enjoyable to watch because he's Loki and plus he makes fangirls cream their pants. Ultron basically because he's James Spader and James Spader is awesome in almost anything he's in. And Kingpin because Vincent D'Onofrio owns that role. And with that in mind, I really don't want the Doctor Strange movie to fall victim to the same problem as the rest of the movies have, and the way you could simply do that is by having Dormammu be the actual villain of the movie. And he's way more interesting than Baron Mordo is, which leads me into number 3, which is the development of Dormammu as an actual interesting villain for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This kind of roots back to my past statement about the idea that there aren't that many interesting villains within the Marvel Universe, and this is where I feel Dormammu could change that, considering the fact that his actual relationship to Doctor Strange is actually one of the most interesting I've ever seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Mostly stemming from the one woman that basically Rachel McAdams is basically rumored to be cast in as Clea, who is actually Dormammu's niece, who ends up marrying Doctor Strange. Imagine the family get-togethers on that one. The awkwardness would be unbelievable. Another cool fun bit about the relationship between Strange and Dormammu is the fact that technically Doctor Strange saved Dormammu's life from being destroyed by the Mindless Ones. What are the Mindless Ones, you may ask? Well, they're pretty much a cross between LA riots destroying everything in their path and a drunk frat house which is destroying everything in their path. So basically, they destroy everything. And if it isn't for Dormammu's magic over the Dark Dimension, which he rules, basically, if he didn't keep the magic out, the Mindless Ones would destroy literally everything. So, in contrast, when Doctor Strange and Dormammu fought each other the first time, Dormammu actually lost a considerable amount of his powers, and if it wasn't for Strange lending him some of his powers, the magic would have weakened enough to where the Mindless Ones would have overrun them. So basically, Doctor Strange saves Dormammu's ass, which is kind of funny. Just as a side note for anyone watching this who may be in Marvel, please don't make him wear his original outfit. I know it's classic and iconic and everything, like Strange's original outfit, but seriously, if you look at old Dormammu, it looks like what would happen if Ghost Rider tried out for the Village People. Now, switch to this, that's much better. Number 2 is the exploration and usage of other dimensions in the Marvel Universe. Basically, Doctor Strange can walk through dimensions and travel between them as easily as any of us can stroll on a sidewalk. If that's the case with this, I want to see all of these dimensions explored. I want to see the dark dimensions explored. I want to see how he uses all these different mechanisms in order to... I want to see the Eye of Agamotto. I want to see all the stuff in the Sanctum Sanctorum. I want to see as much creative use of the other dimensions as possible. Plus, that can make some really crazy fight scenes. Imagine a fight between Dormammu and Strange crossing dimensions and using so much magic that it would basically make Harry Potter and Voldemort jealous. Yeah, I'd pay to see that too. And number 1 is the teasing of the existence of Shuma-Gorath. Now, this doesn't have to be a full-on cameo appearance or something, just mentioning something that about like the great old ones, or something where we see Shumagorath's eye pop up or something like that. And for those of you who don't know who Shumagorath is, basically he's kind of like the god of chaos. You know how Joker in the DC universe is basically the embodiment of chaos? Well, Shumagorath is kind of like that, but a god. Something like that. I feel like the Marvel Universe with Doctor Strange could actually explore much weirder concepts of villains that haven't really been explored yet. Guardians of the Galaxy has probably been the most outlandish film in terms of, say, breaking beyond the bounds of Earth. Sure, Ant-Man was a little bit weird, but at least it was something that was taking place on Earth and something that we could relatively understand. But we're dealing with a god. We're dealing with a god that could basically kill everything, is an embodiment of chaos that literally cares nothing about human life, that will destroy everything, and really only one man can stop it, and that's Strange. Plus, let's be perfectly honest, take a look at this image from the comic books. Tell me you wouldn't want to see an epic brawl between the Avengers and Shumagorath with this at its epicenter. Either way, I would say that something just teasing the existence of Shumagorath would be pretty cool, and probably the one thing I want most out of this Doctor Strange movie, considering it has the potential for it to happen. Plus, with Scott Derrickson at the helm of this movie, I can imagine he can make Dormammu and Shumagorath look scary as hell. So there you go, guys. There are my top 5 dream things that I want to see in the Doctor Strange movie. Now, if you have any idea or any questions related to Doctor Strange or things you want to see happen in this movie, please comment below. I'm just making this video purely for fun, just wild, rampant speculation as me as a fan of Doctor Strange, wanting to see him actually have the spotlight for once because I feel like he's been critically undisturbed. So until next time, everybody, I'm Perry the One-Armed Legend. I will see you later.